Today's reading, commentary on John chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. Joe 1-1 In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the beginning of the creation. He who was with God in the beginning of all created things, is before all things, and has existed from eternity. Compare chapter Joe 17-5, Col 1:17. The Word, a term applied by John to the second person of the Godhead in his eternal existence. Just as he is called the life and the light, because he has in himself life and light, and imparts them to his creatures at his pleasure, so he is called the Word, because in him are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge, and by his word and spirit he reveals them to men. See Re 19:13. With God, in holy union, fellowship, and communion. Was God. This is a direct assertion of his divine nature as existing from eternity. The Bible reveals that Jesus Christ is God, the maker of all things that ever were made. All who have the Bible are therefore bound to acknowledge him in this character, and to pay him divine honors. Joe 1-2 He was in the beginning with God. Joe 1-3 All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. The first 14 verses are introductory. In order to set at rest all controversy the divine nature of Jesus, John glances, in the first 3 verses, back to the beginning, recorded in Genesis, and affirms 1. That he who was afterwards manifest as the Christ existed before creation began. 2. That he was present with God. Verse 2. The same. The Word, or the Logos, was in the beginning with God. This seems to be a repetition of what was said in the first verse, but it is stated over again to guard the doctrine, and to prevent the possibility of a mistake. John had said that he existed before the creation, and that he was with God. He now expresses that idea, and assures us that that union was not one which was commenced in time, and which might be, therefore, a mere union of feeling, or a compact, like that between any other beings, but was one which existed in eternity, and which was therefore a union of nature or essence. 3. That he was divine. 4. That he was the Word. 5. That by or through him were all things made that were made. Joe 1-3. The first chapter of Genesis helps us to understand its meaning. God said, "Let there be light," GE 1-3. "Let there be a firmament," GE 1-6. "Let the earth bring forth," GE 1:11, etc., and it was done. God exhibits his creative power through the Word, and manifests his will through the Word. There are mysteries belonging to the divine nature and to the relation between the Son and the Father that we have to wait for eternity to solve. They are too deep for human solution, but this is clear, that God creates and speaks to man through the Word. As we clothe our thoughts in words, God reveals his will by the Word, and when that Word is clothed in flesh, as the teacher of men, we recognize it as Jesus Christ. Joe 1-4 In him was life, and the life was the light of men. In him was life. He had life in himself, and hence is a fountain from whence life flows to man. Death could not hold him, because in him is life, and he became the resurrection and the life, Joe 11:25, for us. The life was the light of men. The life that Christ bestows enlightens men. He is the light of the world, Joe 8:12, 9-5. His light chases away the darkness of the earth, though, when John wrote, the darkness did not receive it. Men, in darkness, had eyes and saw not. All history demonstrates that Christ is the light of the world. Every redeemed soul recognizes the fact. Joe 1-5 And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it.